The Steam charts for Resident Evil Requiem are live, and I was kind of looking at them. I was kind of thinking about it, and I was kind of comparing it to the definitive Switch 2 edition, and it kind of dawned on me that, like, we very well may see Resident Evil Requiem do better on Nintendo Switch 2 than it is doing on PC. This is endlessly amusing to me because you constantly see these people try and like prop up like Steam player charts as if they're like some big arbiter of quality, as if like if the numbers are high enough that means the game's great, it's successful. It is and always has been a cope. But like all these copes that they try propping up and like worshiping and using to kind of justify their nonsense, the reality always kind of seeps in. The reality always shows its ugly face. And the simple fact of the matter is Resident Evil Requiem seems as if it is going to be most successful on Nintendo Switch 2. This thing is a bestseller. It's getting amiibo. Everyone's over the moon about it. This thing is going down as a classic on Nintendo hardware, day and date with the other versions. And when that happens, it shows how third-party games can succeed on Nintendo hardware. And again, this has always been the giant cope about third parties, is that they always do this thing where they're just like, our games don't sell on Nintendo hardware because the demographics aren't right. Nintendo's for little kids. And meanwhile, you look at the eShop and you see Skyrim doing well, you see Resident Evil doing well. Like, the lie that's been pushed by 30 years by PlayStation shills that Nintendo is difficult for third parties to work with has collapsed. Like, this specific release, I think, is going to be the beginning of the end of that narrative. It's doing huge numbers on Switch 2, and it's running better than it is on other versions of the game. It is selling extraordinarily well, and long-term, this is going to outperform other versions of it. That is something that we are going to see a lot of going forward, is that major third-party games are going to come out on Switch 2 day and date with the other versions, and they are going to outperform PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So with all that being said, like, what we've seen is just kind of a slow realization that the PC master race is collapsing. That the entire narrative that third-party games would leave PlayStation and become more successful on PC has completely collapsed because third parties are finding more success, greater success on Nintendo hardware.